compared to India, we really focus a lot on rote learning and memorizing concepts. Out here it is a more practical approach. Out here you do need to do your assignments nicely, you do need to be in constant touch with the professor, and you need to understand from the professor what his needs are, what the professor wants in his assignments, and you need to really talk about the subject, about the topic.
One challenge is basically snow. That's a big challenge. But of course, the major challenge that I faced when I first came here was adapting. Of course, coming from Saudi Arabia, I mean, it's a very different climate, it's a very different traditional basis.
I studied the MBA program, like I only have night class because most of my classmates are from a workplace. So it's a little bit hard for me at the beginning, like I don't know how to talk with them. Like I don't know their work, I can't remember the company names, and also sometimes I really can't understand what they're talking about. Just arrive in the classroom like 15 minutes ahead of time, and I mean for one semester you can get familiar with them. Like maybe it's hard at the beginning, but gradually you'll feel comfortable when you're talking with them. I mean that part is very good for you to practice your listening, speaking, and also understand some cultural things.
Meet with your professor. That's one big thing. The classroom experience really becomes complete when you talk with your professor, when you engage with your professor basically.
Back home, you don't usually ask questions. You don't raise your hand and challenge your professor. Here it's normal and it's encouraged. So when I started, it took me a while to understand that it was okay for me to ask a question. It doesn't mean I was stupid. It means I'm interested in the class. So that was the main big difference I had.
There's never a dumb question to ask in class. That's the part I love most about the academics in the United States.
About the social life in the U.S., the things that I liked in my country, I mean my hobbies, was different than the hobbies that most of the Americans like, or most of the American culture. For example, I like soccer, but soccer is not the main sport in here. The main sport in the U.S. is what? American football. And I don't understand any single policy of this game, you know. But day after day, I started watching the American football games. I started learning how they play it. I started liking the sport. So changing some of the habits that you used to do will actually let you gain more friends. So don't expect that you always gain the one that you're looking for. Sometimes you have to change also. You don't expect people to change for you.
Penn State has a lot of events. For example, they have fun English conversation that have volunteer from the community to talk with us, and now we can go to party, have the event outside the campus, and this helped me a lot to have more American friends.
Here, it's a very wide community, it's a very diverse community, and that's what makes this campus rich.
Even if you don't have your own cars, Penn State offers the road trips to Washington, D.C., to New York City, to Philadelphia, to different cities in the United States. So try to sign or register for this event.
I don't know if you know, there's a public library too in Middletown. It's a very nice, cozy place for people who love to read. The second place I recommend is Brownstone Cafe. You can see the faces of people who live in Middletown actually. To put your face there just to enjoy the food and enjoy the place there. People who actually know, oh, those are Penn State students. They don't come from here, but I think they enjoy to live here and they're around. So I think walking around and just like go to places in Middletown is also nice.